cool down too much. I said we're going to head into AVANT. We're going to head into train, ladies and gentlemen. Don't even worry about it. If we're not heading into AVANT, that would just be weird. Anyway, it's map 2, and AVANT needs to win it. I think Order headed into AVANT last game. All I'm going to say is, Kev really threw me off there because he was just looking at me weird.
Yep.
I'm being actually just accused of things at the moment which aren't happening at this moment.
Always blame someone else for your own poor performance.
Absolutely.
Just like always.
APOC is just blaming Elfish guys commentating for going down at this stage, but the Glocks are still going to be persisting forward, but AVANT, a much more solid site defense on the Outers position for now, just utilizing those pistols at long range, and Blitz should be able to. No, it's Humongous that cleans up. So, nice little start for AVANT this time around.
Yeah, CT side pistol. They've already got half the rounds that they got on that last map, so that's a great start. 50% of the way there, Jordan.
50%, yep. It's a good start.
Oh, in reality, though, train CT side pistol is going to be fantastic for you to win. You build up that economy. Any map where you need a strong belt of utility and some AWPs, you do generally want to get that CT side pistol. Some other maps, you know, like a Mirage or something, you might not need all of that util. But definitely Inferno, as well as Train, you need great util on the CT side. It's an absolute necessity. Order just going to take a save, going to go for that second round buy instead. Always interesting to see which maps teams opt to go for the second round buy and which maps teams opt to go for a third round buy. In this case, it will be the third round buy for Order, and they're getting mostly cleaned up. Blitz does cop a couple of Deagle shots, but apart from that, it's not looking too dangerous for AVANT.
Long distance deal, not going to ever work out for a pistol like that. So if they're able to hold on to everything, will be pretty nice. Obviously heading into the next round where Orders will bring out the rifles in play.
I think getting that CT pistol is going to be a bit of a confidence settler already. Especially if you get the first gun round as well. That's a nice timing for Hazard to push up. 5 players surviving for AVANT. Beautiful. It's exactly how they would have wanted it to go down.
Yeah, imagine Train just goes 16-2 for AVANT and you just kind of look at it and just go, this is 1-1, but not the way that we would have thought it would have unraveled.
Welcome to the Oceanic region.
Thank you. What a warm welcome.
Nice 27-degree day.
It's great to meet you.
Really warming up, isn't it? Not sure I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, you were wearing a beanie yesterday, so I don't think you're ready at the moment.
I still think it's winter.
Order are looking to try to push some Ivy pressure right now. So they're going to walk straight into Blitz, who's able to kind of spray forward and do a lot of damage right now.
Yeah.
At least able to trade out. Decently effective.
Yeah, Order don't really have any utility, so they're just trying to pressure a little bit, take a couple of fights and see how it sort of breaks down from there. Alistair now getting ready with that left side Ivy smoke. So they can try to split and pressure a little bit more. Ricky's trying to poke inners and maybe spam down SL a little bit more while Valiance is going to size up T-Con. They're kind of just prodding all of the different angles that will eventually lead toward outside. If they can win a few of those duels, then they're going to be able to pressure from multiple sides. And, well, in theory, then the CT should kind of fall like dominoes. Be a little bit more tradable.
So unsteady for Order. Very slow. Hoping for a mistake from AVANT. Maybe Alistair can find something here. If he gets the timing right with this smoke and it fades favorably. Although it's going to peek right into Sterling. Ducks under the shots though. That's the opening that Order has been looking for, but they are running low on time. 23 seconds. Hazard's been spotted. Well done from Valiance to get rid of him. Now jumps up on top of the bomb train, but the plant has to go down and they still haven't cleared out the white halls. It is Hugh. The Valiance plant safe. And now into the 2-on-1.
That's to be wrapped on as well by Alistair, who's pushing behind. So this, actually, I was going to say it should have been Alistair's kill, but Valiance is able to hold on quite nicely as Order, just patience, just keeping the clock ticking down, able to close out the first gun round.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. As soon as Sterling goes down there, you know, it's like pressure on towards that sandwich player kind of getting surrounded on multiple different angles that they have to worry about. And you can see Hazza is that player in that case. Does get a pick onto Ricky, who I think was coming out of SL or Ivy there. But unfortunately, immediately gets traded by Valiance. And the round kind of falls apart from there. This is the situation that I'm talking about. Like, just like, look at how many angles Hazza has to deal with. Like, in this situation, yeah, there is still a player in SL, but once Sterling, who is like back here towards Darkside, goes down, Hazza has to kind of just swivel like 180 between getting sandwiched between two different angles. As soon as that supporting player on the CT side goes down, which is why Order were waiting, you know, they're waiting to try to punish one of those peaks or punish one of those mistakes. And as soon as they do get that one pick, in that case it was onto Sterling and towards Ivy, they can start to pressure from multiple sides onto that Outers bomb site and get that extra 1-for-1 trade. And all of a sudden a 4-on-3 turns into a 3-on-2, turns into a 2-on-1, and you eventually get it over the line.
Fast pace now into actual SL. So an A-site split's going to commence quite soon on pretty hefty eco actually coming out from Avant. A couple of players on 3K not even investing. They definitely want the rifles, except for poor Humongous, who I think might have made a bit of a poor decision there to buy body armor and Deagle. And that's a round done and dusted. APOC not realizing that Order's already crept out slowly and stealthily. Only resistance, and really at the end of the day, a shoulder peak's not resistance, that's information gathering.
Yeah, Order's money hasn't really built up too much yet, so they just want to have a clean gun, anti-eco rather, if possible. As for Avant, they've actually got quite healthy money, so them taking this save will enable them to go into the double AWP, which is something that I wish I would see more from Avant. I wish I would see a Blitz and Sterling double AWP, because I remember on like when they did that kind of thing on Legacy and you know, some other rosters, it was quite dangerous to deal with. But I think on Dust 2, we've seen APOC picking up a secondary AWP. Are they going to be able to afford it, actually? They will have to glass cannon on Sterling. Blitz, yeah, they do go for that straight away. So that's exactly what I wanted to see. Problem with this is somewhat limited utility, as you have invested in those AWPs, and also no kits. So if this goes into the like mid to late round, we go into a plant situation, like a retake on B, for example. Avant might not have the smokes left over, might not have a kit, might not have a Molotov to be able to complete a successful retake.
Looks like a same from Order this time around. They're just going 3 people down SL, nice and early on. 2 players out over there near connector. Just using a bit more utility this time. It's going to force a counter utility out from Avant as well. Out comes a fight on wall, and Hazza does very well alongside with APOC to hold off on the initial aggression.
Yeah, to be honest, the flashes were really good from Order, but Hazza hits the shot through it, and APOC's there to help him out. Blitz this time chiming in with the AWP. A much better looking round for Avant, and now Ricky has nothing really to play for, but a little bit of damage. A 1-on-4. Certainly unrealistic at the moment, particularly with APOC creeping forward like this. He should catch Ricky behind E-Box, and well, 3-2 the scoreline. And now Order have to scrounge down a bit of cash.
Interesting sort of approach there from Order. They actually smoke either side of the bomb train, or CT con and like left side of the bomb train, and they don't molly the middle bomb. Instead, Gyro hops up on top of that blue train and tries to actually anticipate someone peeking over that smoke on middle bomb, and he actually does punish that peek. So I like that approach that Order used to try to take that out as bomb site. Unfortunately, they don't actually end up picking up the round. Now they've sort of burnt through all of their money reinvesting here, and Avant, this is a big opportunity for them to start to streak away with this game a little bit. On the same hand, though, Avant's money's not great either. So going to be a pretty important round to see who starts to get ahead a little bit more in the earlier parts of this half. We're only a couple of gun rounds in. Order, after throwing that sandwich and E-Box smoke, do start to fall back toward inner.
Might be a bit of a fake out as well. with everything, all the windows being broken above SL, maybe those deep smokes over into the train side of things on A site, and then the execute commencing on the B site. But no, it's only going to be a single smoke on CT connected for now. Great re-smoke from Sterling at the right time, though.
Oh, that smoke comes in just in time to keep Order safe from Sterling, otherwise they might have lost a few heads. Still, into the bomb site goes Order, and the plant will be relatively uncontested from the CT side. Alistair pushes forward and he'll meet Blitz.
It's on Gyro here. He needs to get aggressive and actually find some picks because there's so much utility to retake here from AVANT. He just goes down straight away. Now you're seeing all the flashes flying in. Huge picks being traded back.
Yeah, Ustillo on the bomb site needs to get at least one more here so that Ricky has a winnable position to play from. It's actually not going to come down to Ricky. It is going to be Ustillo now in the 1-on-2. And that's just a bit too much to deal with when there's a couple of players headed in his direction. AVANT will win themselves another round.
Double up retained as well.
The great retake coming in for AVANT there. Started off 5-on-3 with so much utility. Defining those first couple of picks. Just able to roll in there with the flashes. They can smoke off lower ramp or upper ramp. As you see, Ricky has to go through a smoke here. There's some Molotovs as well. Makes their job a hell of a lot more easy. Now AVANT heading into this anti-eco. Nade stack on the site, or attempted nade stack from Order, doesn't actually catch anybody.
Couple of Windows opportunities, but unfortunately not really upgraded pistols, which means that Glocks against rifles not going to really do much at the end of the day. Should be a pretty routine shutdown here from Sterling. Still at least able to get one pick for now, but a lot of players coming out from SL already hot on his heels. 5-2. So this is a much better look for AVANT as they're still able to retain the double AWP. This is going to be critical, keeping their money up high.
It's just a cute little nade stack in the eco round from Order. Let's run straight into T-Con. Drop those HEs. All land towards middle bomb and back bomb, but unfortunately no one from AVANT is standing there, but could have got them a cheeky frag, and if those HE nades actually connect and they have the pacing in towards T-Con there, maybe they can actually commit out and try to make something happen with the Deagles.
2 smokes just to get Gyro behind his sandwich, but he completely butchers that spray onto APOC, and that's a bit of a lifeline. As Order now going to be picking up the pace over to the B side of things, but 2 defenders over here right now. It's Humongous. He's going to be assisted with Sterling, and Order trying to pick up the pace. It's not going to really work out for them. Now just boxed in.
Not a whole lot left to work with here for Order. Just a couple players towards this inner site. There's a smoke in towards upper ramp from Ricky. He's looking to flash the boys down lower ramp here, potentially.
There's no... Look at the flank already. APOC's already pushing behind. So even if the Molotov and the utility's there, it's just the rifles doing the damage at the end of the day. And Ricky, on the floor, has made noise. That's a clean round for AVANT. This is exactly what we were talking about before, was that...
Hey, who won the first map again? I can't remember.
If you can't remember, you can take a look at the top of the screen there. There's a little thing that says Order won the first map.
Playing on train picked by Order. Ah, yes.
Ah, yeah, and Inferno, you can see. It's all there. User interface, Mitch.
I love graphics.
Just like how I love refrigerators. Zach Pause coming out from Order as they're really struggling at this stage. Kind of a bit of a reverse of the scenario where Order were very dominant on the CT side. Now AVANT kind of showing their chops at this stage.
Yeah. Order every time have been throwing like this E-box and sandwich smoke, but you can just see like how much APOC cares about that. Like he's just been pushing in, getting full info. He's like deep in T-Con. I know it's in the 5-on-3, but even in the earlier parts of the round, like when the double molly comes in, you can even see like he's just pushing forward and going and gathering that info for AVANT.
It's been a rough going for Order, as is always the case. One really good map, then a bit of inconsistency, a bit of a stumble.
Wow, Text Guy's just stealing my desk content now.
Yeah, minus Mitch plus Text Guy. I reckon he's more handsome than you.
Definitely.
Taller.
Better haircut.
Better at texting, better fingers.
Better fingers. Fingers are always the important part, aren't they?
I think so.
I'll even teach you a little phrase afterwards, which explains exactly what Dex is and what you aren't. It's actually a Chinese phrase. Nice bit of utility and kit coming out from Avant as they're just really locking this down at the moment.
This would be the time to teach me some Chinese. Because it is just, you know, the half investment from Order, except for Ricky, who's gone for Galil armor. Which is not something I can really explain, to be honest.
I'm
Like, if
taking
you're
a look
going to
at
invest, you may as well go like Hero AK.
I'm thinking that's a miss buy for sure.
There's no such thing as Hero Galil. Like, the Galil is the furthest thing from a hero. That's like Jordan Mays thinking that he's going to save me from a burning building. Like, you just don't have the firepower, mate.
I don't have
He's
the
gonna,
firepower.
he's going to bring an MP7. That's why you don't bring a Galil to an AK fight or to a rifle fight, because it's a water rifle, I guess, at the end of the day.
What are you even trying to say, Kev? You're cooked.
The Water Nation attacked.
Water Nation
Just like an
attacked it.
avatar, right?
Never the same again. Might actually... Valiant doesn't fade in his favor. Okay, here's a Chinese phrase, okay? Gao fu shuai.
What does it mean? Does it mean he's handsome?
Gao means
something
tall.
Something's handsome. Yeah.
Handsome
Fu
and tall.
means it's like wealthy. Shuai means handsome.
Rich,
So
handsome,
he's-
and tall.
Exactly. That's exactly what Text Guy is, and that's what you aren't, Mitch.
It's true. I'm none of those things.
Unfortunate when you think about it.
Schweiger?
That's it.
Who's that?
That's you.
Yeah.
That's all of us.
Is it?
Yeah. Into the buy round. Ricky's suffering from either a misbuy or poor decisions made in the previous one. Has to go with the Galil again. Everyone else does at least have a bit of utility for Order to work with. Might be seeing a run boost actually coming out right now to challenge Blitz on that passive or that second AWP and Ivy. But actually a lot more emphasis being placed by Avant right now to try to contain this T connector area.
Yeah, well, again, it's the same thing. Look at APOC. He's again pushing through Olaf in front of the sandwich and E-box smoke. And he just gets full information. He's just straight up in towards this T connector smoke. That just allows Avant to play accordingly. Even if there was an execute onto that out of sight, he's able to be a bit more disruptive. And you're now starting to see him shift back. But the smoke onto Blitz's line should probably pull an extra person away from Inner. In fact, it's only the one smoke and Molly, so it doesn't really give Avant much of a tell. Now the smoke from for the back of green as Order start to split this out as bomb site.
Hazard able to lock down this SL position for now, and APOC is going to be flushed out of sandwich. Now the attack is really going to pick up the pace onto the A site. Good stuff from Order.
Yeah, better stuff from Mortar, and they need to turn things around, don't they? So this is the round that they'll have to start doing it in. It's going to be a pretty hard slog for them, but they've got the 4-on-3. They can get rid of all Avant's guns here and start to chip away at that money. That will certainly help.
Yeah.
It's a mountain to chip through, though.
Definitely. It's interesting because Avant didn't really respect those rotations at all, like that pressure on Ivy. Because there's a lot more going on than I can even explain in just one round. But like, these guys play each other all the time on train in particular, and you always see Ustillo like lurking over towards Ivy, and in a lot of different strats. Like Order could be doing like 5 or 6 things, but he'll still throw the smoke and the molly towards Ivy and keep you guessing. And that's why Avant, they see a smoke and a molly in Ivy, and they don't really do anything. They don't even react. They just stay in the same setup. But that time, Order just walks straight through Ivy. The smoke comes from for green train from above SL. And Avant, they unfortunately can't really react effectively to that because what have they seen? They've seen a smoke and a molly come through Ivy, and they've seen Ricky above SL. That's it. That's nothing out of the ordinary, really. And unfortunately, by the time that they actually start to react to what's happening and to that Ivy split, Order's already just in such good positions that they can't even retake that outer bomb site, especially not with a double AWP.
It's a nice grenade that lands right on top of Ricky. He's really copped one there. Costs him 40 HP. There's a flash right onto Blitz as well to put him off of the line. Expecting Alistair there, though, to be peeking his head over, surely. And that's a pretty routine kill, to be honest, for Blitz to get. Wasn't troubled by that at all. So Order right back into the grind. One round is not enough for Order. That last one was good, but As you can see, AVANT still have plenty of money to buy. Where's this pizzazz from Mortar, you know, that they had on Inferno? Now they're playing quite slow. They seem scared to run into the bomb site. The entries aren't happening. And everything is going the way of AVANT instead. He won't win that aim duel with only 60 HP. As is pretty sharp so far. Jara does at least chime in with 1 kill on the AWP and might even grab another one. Doesn't connect the shot though onto Hazza, and that means it's onto Ustillo, who slow creeps his way out, and Hazza gets a 4K in the round. AVANT put another one on the board.
I'll tell you what's happened is AVANT decided to actually turn up and go, let's actually just get a couple of rounds on the board. Let's actually play a bit of Counter-Strike. We're not being bullied out this time around. So another attack pause coming out from Order, but I don't think the money's actually great here, and you can see it's Inferno, but just the other way around.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Haz is actually doing a bit of heavy lifting right now on that A site.
Yeah, he's always good for that from that SL position.
That was in T-Con. No, you just got the kills.
Yeah, I know, but he plays SL usually. Apox usually like the sandwich T-Con player.
But do you just not see that he just got 4 kills over at T-Connector?
I know, he can also kill people in other positions. I'm just saying that usually he's in SL. And he does a good job around there.
I have a memory of a goldfish, Mitch. I don't know why we're emphasizing that.
Just like I, you know, might play the B-bomb side on Inferno, but I can also go somewhere else and shoot people.
I don't think you're playing the B side correctly then, because you rotate and you just die. That's generally the B side rotator. So Sterling looking to challenge this upper B side position. Order have fully invested in here, but not much utility really left for them to work with.
Yeah, with a minute 30 on the clock, that's not where you want to be, Kev. That's a sad state of affairs. Really limits your options. Can't throw those fakes, can't even really throw a proper execute. Just got to keep things pretty simplistic. 1 or 2 key smokes, flashes, and then you got to rely on hitting the right timings. But unfortunately, when you're playing from a utility disadvantage, if the CTs throw the correct utility in response, then you can't often find those correct timings you're looking for. You're getting delayed by a Molotov, you know, you're getting HE-nated, counter-flashed. But if you find that niche timing, that Order's trying to. That's what I'm talking about, man. They tried to, 1 smoke, 1 flash, they try to go in, instant molly on lower ramp, now the counter flash from Hugh.
Yeah, every time they try to walk forward, Valiance this time decides, well, he's going to do it, but that's not ended well. AVANT are reading Order like a book at the moment. Volley into T-Con. Jara's going to block off that angle at least, but still more players for Order to clear out, and Sterling's going to be a bit of a pain with that AWP on an angle like that. He's got the nade ready, but maybe he hasn't heard the bomb plant. So he'll throw the grenade a little bit too late to cause any problems. This incendiary, though, could be a bit of a deal breaker. Jyra will drop regardless. Don't know that the incendiary really had that much of an impact anyway, but Ricky's holding close. Alistair on upper. This is still defendable for Order, but they need to buy that time for Ustillo to get in through the connector. Sterling does drop onto the defuse. They go, and, well, there's the end of APOC, so Ricky deals with that one effectively. Now it's just Alistair, though. He's already dropped down, has to hit a nutty shot onto Hugh, rounding the corner, and he does. Time's run out.
What is that angle from Alistair?
It was like he was peeking through the,
There's like the tiniest line at the coils. He's peeking there for information. He gets the kill. That is the round winner from Alistair. Don't see that every single day.
Yeah, and all you need is a couple of those rounds on T-side train. Just chip them away. Hell, if they get this one, they might even cook AVANT's money a little bit. And from that position, all of a sudden, what was a very one-sided start for AVANT starts to creep back into the favor of Order as they chip these T-side rounds away and force AVANT to be proficient on their own T-side, which they probably are. They're usually pretty decent. Ooh, this is nice from Sterling, though. Aggression on the close angle. It's a collat, too.
He's not punished for it either. Order just not too eager to peek that angle. Finally,
Ooh,
Ricky just decides, you know what, screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for the boys. But this is going to be the nade that might finish him off. Luckily, he's backed away in time. Somebody needed to do something like that, though. I mean, Order needs someone to sort of just step up and take the bull by the horns.
Didn't even look like Ricky was around the corner yet on poor Sterling's screen. Unfortunate. Now this push into inners for order is stalled for the time being. Re-smoke on lower ramp. There is 3 players here for Avant because APOC is doing his usual BS, pushing straight into T-Con, getting full information and giving no respect to the T side.
Just constant re-smoke after re-smoke on this inner ramp. It's really just... It's killing time at the moment, making it hard for Order to kind of make a go signal here, but they're just going to sit as the smoke fades and try to catch Hazard off guard.
What do you think about that, Jordan?
I like that
does
one.
get caught off guard.
I like Ricky getting a couple of kills with you up on the entry. Always a fan. Order might not check Hugh though. It'll be up to you still, and he does. Well done. Good fundamentals for Order in this instance. So they'll get a bomb plant down, and they are starting to salvage this half somewhat. They're going to get up to 5. They've finally broken Avant's economy. Blitz will try and save the AWP here, which will mean an extra rifle through in the next round. Well, it'll mean an AWP in the next round, to be fair. But aside from that, Avant are starting to feel the hurt. They're starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah, I'd say Order are looking pretty good here, actually. They're winning this round. If they win that next round, they might break the money and even get up to an 8-7. Well, dink for dink, unfortunately, or at least just the single dink, rather, only gets 91 damage done. And Blitz just quick scopes him.
Excellent magic tricks, by the way, Jordan.
Thank you.
Pen. Oh, my goodness.
Do I need to confiscate that from you, Jordan Mays?
You can take the pen. I don't even need to hold on to it.
Yeah, very cool.
Cool.
Final buy from Avant. Money situation is not too great for either side, but at the very least, only 2 rounds left, so...
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be broke on that last round, though. That would really suck. Wow.
Imagine just watching that.
You just can't catch him off guard.
Just double dink coming out from APOC, and he's still looking to push forward.
Yep. Shift into T-Con again from APOC.
So
Just doesn't
flashbangs,
care.
he just walks forward. I mean, Hazard does go down in SL, but surely you're not expecting this aggression.
Oh!
But Valiant's just on the trigger, ready, primed, and gets the trade.
That was a sharpie from Valiance. 4v3 now. Order again, starting to make those inroads in the round, and obviously for the half as well, it's starting to blossom. You still owe couple of taps, that's the end of Sterling. Then a long spray to dispatch of Hugh. Blitz is greeted by a Molotov as he tries to rotate into bomb site. Then a smoke as well to follow, and Gyra gets the bomb on the floor. So Order will be winning this round as well. And Blitz wants to save that AWP through to the next. Definitely not enough money to buy one.
That's just a slow and steady grind that's coming out from Order, just getting these rounds across the board. I mean, probably taking a look at the kills, it's not looking too influential. There's not going to really be anyone that's sitting on positive KDR, I feel like, except for maybe one person. But they're getting it done as a team right now, and I think that's the most important thing. Just getting these rounds at the end.
Yeah, look, might not from an outside perspective look phenomenal or anything like that, but it actually is. Order, they've now cooked the economy of the CT side. But only got one. They've got no one going positive, just one player going even. But they've got 6, maybe even 7 rounds on the T side, which is really, really good on train. Really, really good. This forces Avant to try to close out the game on their own T side when they're already a map down, which might actually be very difficult for them. Now they're trying to rub their last couple dollars together, and they do come up with a handful of Deagles and Scout and a Famis, but it's really not fantastic, especially compared to what Order's working with.
APOC up to his usual shenanigans again, just pushing in, but this time it's going to be Ivy, just instantly recontesting after losing the area. Order not having any of that, they're going to be shifting away.
It's a good move in a 4-on-5, especially when you're playing from a weaponry and utility disadvantage. Got to try and make something happen. Not that really that's any kind of excuse that APOC needs. He just pushes anyway, regardless of the circumstance or the context. And it usually works out pretty well for him and for his team, I might add. You can see he's got a lot of information. He's behind T-Con coming in on the flank. Now there's 3 players ready for AVANT on this B site.
A lot of spam from that Deagle, but only 1 successful. Never mind, 2 successful shots for Hazza, and then Sterling as well. So, all of a sudden, Order actually have the numbers disadvantage, and they might not get all the way back to 7, which is what they were hoping for. Still, Ricky does a bit of a number onto Sterling, who was working the oil train angle. Getting the bomb plant down here, though. Risky business.
That, though, is going to alleviate a lot of pressure on this post plant now. Ricky, I think, might have just spotted out Hazza.
Yep, he has. That grenade is going to signal that for sure. Ooh. Sterling! He's going to get the
Hazza.
double assist, but it's Hazza. And there we go. That's the end of the half. 9-6 will be the scoreline. Hazza, what a round. It's left me speechless. That's the end of it, though. We'll be back after this.
I just gotta work until I'm on the covers. Hey, I just gotta work until my songs are covered. Hey, I just wanna make it pressure be my mother. Wish we could learn how to love our mistakes. Straight from the jump and not wait for an answer. Wish we could smile when shit's rough nowadays. Change our reactions. You just gotta love yourself. 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 Hope you learned your lesson, girl. I cannot teach anymore. Hope you show some faith in me, and not like anyone. 'Cause I am over being sober with myself and I'm with you. I am over being something I am not. I'ma turn it to the man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. Huh? I'ma turn it to the man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself.
You thought that I was blind, but to be honest, I don't mind. 'Cause I don't feel the same way I used to do. Every time I see you, I know the truth. 'Cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, wish I took notes. I don't know what to say.
Heading into the second half, it's AVANT that managed to clinch the 9th. Man, say that 5 times quickly. It's not easy. Anyway, Avant get their 9th round, which is actually not too bad of a result. It really did look like Order was storming back in for the 7th. Still, where does this one lean? Because I kind of feel like this map is still up in the air.
If it was an 8-7, you know, I think I would feel a lot more confident about Order. I think 9-6, that's pretty good for Avant. Let's see if they can show some good proficiency on their T side and actually get this one across the line. That's a pretty big clutch to close things out from Hazard. And this is not the first time we've seen him have an insane game on Train. Who was it before that he dropped like 30 on Train? Was it against Order or was it against Renegades? I think it was against Order in that 22-18 game. I'm going to double check that. But he seems to do that quite often.
I mean,
Yeah, it was. Oh, wait, hold on.
If you're an Avant fan, can't be complaining whenever Hazard does perform well. But now on the T side,
it was the 16-13 game that Avant won. Hazard, I remember he had like an insane half. He was hitting everything, and he went like 33 for 18 and clutched everything. He's having another one of those kind of performances. Maybe not as big, but still pretty good. See if Avant can continue to ride this momentum off the back of a solid CT side. It could have been better. Order definitely poured back quite a few rounds.
Order was pretty good on their CT side of Inferno.
Understatement.
So I wonder if that
could have been
true.
better. They could have 15.
I mean, it could have been better. You're right. It could have. It could have been better.
They did die a few times as well.
That's right. That's some early info for Order, but Ricky has massively, almost overextended, you would say, but I guess if you get the frag, it really doesn't matter too much. Gyra and Alistair, for their own right, are putting in good work on the A bomb site, and just look at the crossfire that Order has established. Avant, they can't walk anywhere without copping a couple of bullets here or there, and well, he chimes in with one. One is not enough though, and Order start the half off with the pistol of their own.
Very nice stuff. That's what you want to do on that CT side. They can try to get that AWP, they can get all that util, but this is the Avant special, the Deagle Force Buy in the 2nd round. Got the Scout as well on Sterling. Handful of grenades. They're going to give it a crack.
good dodge from the nade so far, so Avant not going to incur too much damage as they take a venture into T connector.
It's interesting. Avant never seems to have, you know, any kind of crazy strat in a round like this. They tend to, in that 2nd round, just kind of force buy a Deagle armor, split up around the map, look for picks, look for a couple headshots, and then try to work out what they want to do in the mid round. They kind of treat it like a first gun round kind of thing a lot of the time. So far, not so good though, as Alistair's just keen to take fights with them in T-Com, but he has copped a dink, and Apox cleaned up. He's still 0 in the meantime as well.
This is pretty nicely navigated so far by Order. Although, I may have just cursed it. Hugh taps away a few times with the Deagle, and that's the end of Valiance. If he can maybe catch Gyra here as well, things start to really get a little bit interesting. MP9 comes out into his hand now, but he has to turn around and take a look at Ricky, which unfortunately isn't going to work out for him. Hazard continues to impress with the Deagle, however. And for Ricky and Gyra, both of whom are a one-shot to the Deagle now, and the Scout, it's actually a pretty trying time.
Slaps a new clip in the Deagle, ready to go. That's a headshot that distance. Oh, stop, Hazard. You're actually just destroying Order single-handedly. He's going to peek into the angle, but he just misses the most important of all. The final one.
The last one's always the hardest one to hit.
Made it look so good as well. Great damage done by Avant, though. You can't complain about that one.
They buy again? Oh, just invest in Deagles again. Why not? To be honest, you've made it very expensive for Order. Took 4 guns off of them. So any more damage you do to them in a round like this is going to be even better as you move into your buy next round. Love the approach from Avant, just continually pressuring that economy. Look at Order's money. They're Looks like Jordan's bank account.
Which one?
All of them, $0.
No, I'm doing quite well, thank you.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Well, a couple of kills here and there with those SMGs will fill it back up. So far, it's not the SMGs that are taking the duels. Valiance has gotten a kill with the FAMAS, and Jara's also throwing a few bullets back into that smoke. Well, that's a little bit better, isn't it? MP9 out for Alistair. Good assisting flash from Jyra. AVANT not finding too much success in this round. Hazard's also already dead. So Danger Man out of the picture. And they're really just sort of walking their way out onto these bomb sites individually, trying to find something, make something happen. Jyra has been now alerted to any possible danger, but certainly not aware that APOC has pushed up this close. That is going to be his undoing.
Yeah, Valent's now trying to hold on as the rest of the members for Order. They're able to rotate in time, so eventually Ali's going to get the flank. He's going to also get 1200 for his troubles. Nice little recoil control, just lining him up.
Yeah,
Playing a bit of bowling.
1800 from Alice there. You could probably just drop that MP9 to Jara and buy yourself an AWP at this point. Seems like Order wants to go for a bit of a bonus round here. Holding on to a couple of MP9s. FAMAS thrown over to Jyra. Valiant buys himself an M4, so if they do lose this round, they're going to be a little bit broke on one or two of their players, maybe even three.
Interesting decision from Jyra, actually. No flashbangs as well.
Yeah, he wants to try to keep his money as close to some of the other lads as possible. Wow, love that aggression. Nice flashbang timing straight into T-Con.
Oh, and Jyra brings out the gun at the right time as well.
It's just trying to pick up the pace there to capitalize on the fact that they've lost T-Con control. Trying to make something happen, and Jyra punishes him for it. So now AVANT, right from the get-go, trying to navigate their way through a 3-on-5 situation. This would be a fantastic round for Order to win, might I add, for their economy. And just for the game state in general. More and more MP9 kills coming out. Farming away.
Oof. That's a good shot from Sterling. If you can fire a couple more in like that, then AVANT's in with a chance in this round, but things are not looking so crash hot at the moment. 4-on-2, Jyra close by. It's going to spot Hugh out early and actually back away. Sterling's going to be forcing his way in, trying to win that fight, and he does, but he's still traded down by Ustillo. So, all's well that ends well for Order.
Yeah, AVANT, they probably just have to take a single save here, unless they want to go down to Galil's or something like that. It's just half buy from AVANT in this round. Or they go into the next gun round. They really want damage in this round because you're starting to see Order's money really build up quite a bit. A couple of players sitting around like 2, 3, 4K in the bank. So I can't afford to let that CT economy get too far out of control.
Nice little tag from Blitz. Untraded as well. Hasn't received any damage himself. So these little bits of chip damage, very useful for AVANT. Potentially later on in the round. He's playing the close angle, has an incendiary in hand, and oh! He just gets it down in time. He's 1 HP as well.
A lot of that damage being caught through the wall. Kind of pretty far coming out for AVANT. Now they're going to start pressuring this outer bomb site. Valiance has got to try to hold strong from the off angle towards E-Box.
He's been spotted out, but has an uncharacteristic failing in terms of the deagle. As much as AVANT trying to explode out, unfortunately, the rifles at that distance just a little bit too strong for now until Blitz has given it a great crack at this moment. Really putting on a bit of a masterclass.
Well, if he can hit the 1B onto Ustillo as well, Ricky is going to fall over to a slight breath of wind. Maybe the bullet flying past his head will be doing enough damage to kill him.
Got an AWP to play with now as well.
And a molly.
20 seconds though only, and has to get the bomb down fairly quickly. Is he going to go to B? Or is he just clearing this angle?
He swindled him.
Does he have time, though, to do that?
He's got time to go to B. He's got time to put the bomb down. He's got time to chuck a molly on
Yeah.
CT con to stop that rotation from coming in time, or maybe you'll even save it for the post plant.
Or single tick, but Ricky's going to bust out just beforehand. The Deagle comes out.
He had the right idea.
You could see where it was going.
Yeah, I
really see.
I really like the idea from Blitz. Just slight timing, not quite there.
Well, Order's doing a pretty solid job on the CT side so far. They've got themselves 5 rounds now in a row. AVANT haven't actually managed to get around on the T side of Train thus far. And the gap is starting to grow. Remember, AVANT's already down a map, so this is a must-win for them.
It's not as big of a gap, though. Double AWP on the T side is interesting from AVANT. Got both Blitz and Sterling that are going to be wielding those. Blitz is going to just go towards Ivy and try to take a fight, while the rest of the boys group up towards T-Con. You can see them putting heads down. They don't want to get spammed at head height from that outer bomb train.
Oh, how does Alistair find that timing? Slightest window.
Oh, Blitz punishes the T-Con push as well. But there was another player in there. Valiance is there, and he should hear these footsteps retreating in towards inner. This should be the rotate through from Gyra in due course. They've already got 2 players there, Order, and the longer that AVANT take to execute on this site, the easier it is going to be for Order to defend. Now you see Gyra shifting over.
It's a good angle for Alistair to play from. Hasn't spotted the heads just yet, but he'll get an inkling fairly shortly. The util's headed in his direction. Flashes.
Ooh.
They do force him to look away, but Gyra and Ricky are there. It doesn't matter if Alistair's done. The rest are able to finish the job, and that's a sharp flick from Ricky to get the round over the line. 12-9. And the Orbs retained through.
Yeah, 3 guns up. Continue to have some good wins there. And AVANT now facing full loss bonus, decide whether they do want to go for a force buy with pretty much no utility to work with. Instead, they opt to go for a half buy, and buying a lot of utility up initially. Keen to see what the strat will be from them, because they've very intentionally bought a whole lot of util here. Initially, it is just the sandwich smoke and the E-box smokes coming out towards outside. Oh. And it's actually CT con and E-box, and they're going to get close in this E-box smoke and try to flash their way out of it.
Yeah, they've really just sent Hazard in to try and be the Terminator, but in the end, he's the one that gets terminated. So does Sterling. And Order are looking quite solid, quite comfortable on the CT side at the moment. This is an opportunity for them to build that money up, although Blitz with the Deagle keeps things maybe a little bit interesting for AVANT. APOC also grabs himself 1. Down to 3 now for Order, and they're coming in on the rotations. Ustilo a little bit quicker than the other 2, who are locked inside of Connector. Hugh, very close range with the Tech 9, can still get work done.
Boost coming out from CT Connector, though. It's going to be very difficult for Humongous to preempt this, and he's going to be spotted out just in time. AVANT have rallied up once again to just get the plant down for now. They're still on the long journey around. Order have got plenty of time to work with, plenty of utility as well, just to really make this position uncomfortable for AVANT. And you can see all they need to do is exploit some of these windows. Humongous with a Tech 9, still a lot of ammunition here. Estilo now looking to pick up the pace, but he needs to hurry up here. I mean, at that distance, it was looking a bit scary, but the Tech 9, no longer the beast it was. Wouldn't have been an instant kill onto Estilo.
And that'll be 13 for Order, giving you still a bit of time to just run around, pick up all the goodies. It's like Easter morning, doing an Easter egg hunt.
I never found any Easter eggs in Nathan's Garden.
You never did it?
No, I did it. I just so bad at finding them. So they used to put really obvious ones down for me to try and give me a go.
What about you, Kev? Were you a master finder?
I was decent, actually, at finding Easter eggs. I mean, I didn't really go on Easter egg hunts when I was at home because I was doing homework, but...
All right.
You know how it is. Got to be learning that 12 times timetable.
Sometimes those stereotypes be true. Like, I remember we did that interview with Sonic where he told us that OCE just eats fried rice when he has big fragging performances, and I was like, okay, man. Cool.
This is a nice little boost coming out from both sides. So Alistair, that's a Bit of interesting hop, but he gets away safely. And on uppers as well, I think that was a bit of an angle just to change it up. The rifle actually takes down Humongous. Estilo just boosted on the head of Ricky. Able to nab one for free.
Well, Avant got to try to get themselves out of a bad situation yet again. Been losing picks all over the place. Order playing the forward positioning on that outer train yard, relying on that SL control. Sometimes you can even play close in T-Con. And you just leave Ivy open, post your AWPer up on that angle. Now the outside split coming in for Avant.
Valiance, sharp shot, does dispatch of Hazard, spots the bomb out as well. We'll call for the rotation from the rest of the squad. They've still got a player in SL, that's Gyra, which will make the rotation in from Ricky a lot easier. And Valiance, very sharp again, gets himself a frag. This time he's sitting on the bomb train and in a perfectly trainable position, which is good news for Order. They're up to 14 now. And unfortunately for Avant, it seems that their chances of winning this map and staying alive in this series are slipping away.
Just the riflers, I would say. Just putting out an absolute masterclass for Order this entire series, especially Valiance. I mean, you look at it and you just go, no one from Order is really having a superstar performance, but they really haven't had to. They've just put up the numbers when they needed to, get those 2 kills, good positioning and trading each other out. And they've got on the rounds that they needed to get across the line over here.
Yeah, I think Avant kind of slowed down a little bit too much on that CT side. And Order was able to get that 9-6. Could have even been 8-7. And I think since Order started to pick up that momentum, it's been like, you know, slowly but surely, they haven't been blowing Avant out of the server, but they've been pretty consistently picking up the pace and consistently just incrementally better, I feel like, in a lot of these situations.
Double SL setup from Order. Leaving Ivy open once again. Just Gyra tasked with overwatching this at the moment. But Avant angling most of their members right now to that B site. A lot of utility still for them to work with. And just to progress, split. It's up to Blitz to really split this open.
Well, Order won't be feeling under too much pressure at the moment. 2 players over toward the B site already, and a quick rotate available for Valiance, who is in SL. This looks like a decent setup for Order. Util isn't amazing at the moment, but Alistair has an incendiary, could be used to deny the bomb plant. Ricky also has one. Flash timing, not too ideal, in fact awful, but Ricky still actually manages to get himself a frag through the flash, despite being team flashed. But that's really just a case of bad timing for Order. Alistair pulls that flash out, dies in the process of throwing it. It lands right in the face of Ricky, who then gets in all sorts of problems. And now Ustilo's left in the 1-on-2.
Now here's the danger though. I don't think that plan's actually for either of these players for Avant. So actually if Ustilo's able just to nullify APOC on the drop and he's about to spot him, he can't this time around. If he took down APOC, that really could have been Ustilo's round. Blitz was really not in the position to get the trade out, but there you have it. Avant do manage to finally hit double digits.
Yeah, it's also their first round on the T side.
Yeah. Order's strung, how many in a row was that? 8 in a row?
They were 9-6, so yeah, it would have been 8.
8 on
bad.
the trot. Good size.
Great size.
There you have it. 8 in a trot. Money, though, not looking too good for Order.
Yeah, finally broken that streak Avant have. And they can break the money if they win 2 in a row, which would allow them to start to close the distance and the round gap.
This flash is not going to affect Alistair.
Freebie for him. Gets that pick, Avant, for what feels like the 6th or 7th time this half. Have to play from a man deficit. They're going to go back towards inners. That's what worked for them previously. There's already 3 players here for Order, though. Jara's already down here, ready to support Ricky.
It was a series of unfortunate events as well for Order that resulted in the round win there for Avant. Good spam from Gyra, already softening up the targets.
That's big brain from Jara. Well aware that a lot of teams, the way they try to resolve a 4-on-5 a lot of the time is just trying to hit the small site. And it's something that just worked for Avant in that previous round.
You can see they actually had a bit of adaptation. Instead of like peeking into the smoke that's fading and then dropping a smoke, they drop it a little bit earlier just to make sure it's refreshed. So there's no chance of Gyra really being punished. Avant slowly crawling back to the T connector area. Molotov from Alistair at the perfect timing as well. This is just going completely disastrous for Avant.
Yeah, they're coming in with very little time on the clock, and the issue with that is you're looking at Valiant, who's on that off angle towards E-Box. You ever see Ts try to rush into the outer bomb site when there's someone on this off angle? It never goes well.
Saying that right now, as Valiant just shuts it down.
Like, the problem with that is, like, you can't get close enough pacing in terms of setting up the right flashes to push him off that angle or checking that off-angle position, because once you're coming out of TCON and SL with like 25 seconds on the clock, your main focus is you're worried about the long angles of sight and you're worried about getting to the bomb site, to where, like, you know, you always just get these frag highlights where people are either rushed in the late round or in the early round trying to focus on executing the site and getting out of SL. And you just seen so many strong riflers multi-frag from a position like that. Like, think of all those rain highlights, all the phase players sitting at that position. Like, it's the same thing, you know?
Grenade is going to be a good one. Lands onto Sterling. Actually, doesn't really do as much damage as you would think it would have, but either way, that's still not a bad start to the round for Order. A lot of chip damage. Apox down to half. Sterling and Hazard tagged up a little bit as well.
Well, Avant, this is their last opportunity, and again, they are playing from a man deficit.
How many rounds is it that Alistair just gets the opening pick and really makes it problematic for Avant to try to find inroads?
It's not just him, it's everyone from Order, I feel like. So many different players getting picks at critical times.
Oh, that's a shot from Alistair. And again, the numbers start to dwindle for Avant. This is their last opportunity in the series, and Jira doesn't offer too much resistance, but Valiant has been kind of PogChamp on the A bomb site holds, so one would imagine that he might just finish things off here as the last alive, and it will indeed be Valiant to win the round for Order. 16-10 the result on Train, not quite